Grand Rising, and Great Awakening. So I had to do that live again. I had to start that live over again because for some reason, it really seemed like it was struggling. Like I was watching how the numbers were going down and up and down and up and down and up. And when I was trying to watch it on the playback, it was giving a mess. So let's see what we got going on now. Okay, so it looks like yeah, it looks like this is going better now. I had to check that out because earlier it wasn't giving me no act right. So I'm gonna start it off again. I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds to come on. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live. Let's get our chakras aligned again. The more that I bond with you, the longer I've known you, the furthest I'll ever be. We had our coffee. You had your coffee? You had your iced coffee? Did you drink your iced coffee? Your healthy coffee? Space that is user. I see how you change. Yeah, I'm going live from my phone because I don't know if it was maybe because I used the Maga, I used a picture of Trump, but maybe they was wearing that L. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. I am yours and universe and mine. You are my star. I am your galaxy. Shout out to Kevin Wendell for the amazing music. Please check out all of his music streaming on all major platforms. Again, that's Kevin Wendell. Okay, we get some foolishness up in here. Zane, I might need you to step up and be a moderator because I don't see any of them in here. So we start to get some foolish comments. I might need you to step up. Thank you, Zania. So I am following I am following this girl who is getting ready to sue the whole MAGA administration because they won't let her get the F on her passport after she had bottom surgery, and she's getting ready to sue the Trump administration, and she got some people behind her. Yeah, Fatima was on the last live, but it kept breaking up. So hopefully she see this one and she come back. Cause I just went on ahead and deleted that live. Cause there was something going on. They really was not playing on their live. But let's stretch again. So I did a couple of stretches on the last live. Ooh. Just an extra in your life. And oh, you're much bigger than I am. Couldn't hold you if I had two hands. And you know that if you want is true, then why deny? See, when you get old, baby, when you almost 50, you got to stretch, baby. You got to do your stretches, baby. You got to do your stretches. Because you have all that pent up energy. You have all that pent up energy just sitting there. And you gotta hear, listen for them bones you pop. You gotta listen for them bones you pop. Then when you hear them pops, you know you done something. You know you done something. And I be stretching all the time, trying to make sure that that energy is circulating right in the body. But I want to talk about um facial fem, getting facial fem, and I want to talk about let me get up and stretch too, boo. Okay. But I want to talk about facial fem and ooh, ooh. Hey Luna. I want to talk about facial fem and passing privilege in a MAGA Trump era. And I chose to put Regina on today because I want to give you an aesthetic that is more considered passable to the mainstream. This is something that I will well, I because everybody got melanin, but this is something that our less melanated siblings can appreciate. Our lightly melanated siblings can appreciate. So I wanted to give you as much as I could give you. And the thing that I love about when I wear different hair or when I accentuate my face in this way, you could really see the different ancestry that exists in my DNA. I don't think that I have Asiatic people in my family. I think that my DNA helped to birth what is the Asiatic people. But when I, wear a certain hair, you could see more Asiatic features. And so I feel like I give an opportunity for that to show up in my face. But you still see that negritude with them lips and their nose. So it's like you get a little bit of the Asiatic, you get a lot of negritude, and you just see, because I feel like the Asiatic DNA is what actually birthed the Caucasian, because we call the Asian the Caucasian, and so I feel like the Asian in the line of creation, I feel like the Asian came before the Caucasian. And so you could see the Asian, which birthed the Caucasian. And so I like to wear straight hair sometimes because it provides an opportunity. Okay, we got a moderator here. I see you, Anandia. I missed you last night. Did you get a chance to go back and watch the live from last night? I talked about you a lot. But yeah, so I want to talk about facial fem. I want to talk about so now we have some new words. But because I came up with them on the last live, even though the live was messing up and I had to delete that live. And it was crazy because I did have, some decent engagement. I had already got like about 5 or 6 thumbs ups, and so I hated to have to delete that live, but it is what it is. So help me get the thumbs up on this page back up. But anyway, um yeah, so like What was I getting ready to say? I went blank for a second. But anyway, I'm just gonna get back on topic. So I wanted to talk about facial film, and oh yeah, I have new language. So we're gonna call before Laverne's tipping point, we're gonna call that BLT. You know how they have before Christ, after Christ? So because of the trans movement, a lot of things started shifting ALT after Laverne's tipping point. So ALT is after Laverne tipping point and BLT is before Laverne tipping point. So that's in the movement. That's our kind of before Christ, after Christ. That's kind of like our BCAD. So we're going to reference BLT as before Laverne's tipping point. And I kind of do that with Hurricane Katrina. And I do that with COVID. Because these are monikers in this paradigm when there were great shifts. And so after Laverne's tipping point, there was a great shift in our community, and BLT before Laverne's tipping point. Okay, BLT like the sandwich, right? You clocked it. Clock it, BLT. Before Laverne's tipping point. So yeah, okay, if y'all coming in and y'all are not just having a monitoring spirit and y'all here to learn and y'all helping to build the nation, please make sure that you click your thumbs up. If you are just here to monitor and just be nosy and you are here just to troll, then continue to do what you do because trolls need love too. But if you are here to support the channel, then take the time out to go to that screen and click that thumbs up button. Thumbs up, get them 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 thumbs up. Anyway, back to the topic. So I want to talk about how facial film, because I read this article the other day where this girl said she had got facial film and she kept her big nose because she said that a lot of times in the community she said that she was hearing horror stories or she was hearing sad stories about how girls was going to get work done and they felt like the surgeons were making them look more white. She felt like the surgeons was giving them like making giving them more European features, and she wondered to herself, what is femininity outside of the white gaze? And I don't have to wonder what femininity is outside of the white gaze because that is really the work that I've literally been doing, since I saw how the movement was being gatekept, ALT, after Laverne tipping point. Now BLT, there was some gatekeeping. There's always been some gatekeeping. There's always been some sort of hierarchy. Typically the post-op girls that were headed into stealth, because the tradition in our community is that once you become post-op, hey, 100% pure love, the tradition has been that once you become post-op, then you typically go into stealth. Now ALT, after Laverne's tipping point, there have been more post-op girls to remain somewhat visible. And so this one I want to get into the passing privilege and how we use the passing privilege and how this type of privilege has the tendency to intersect with black people who could pass for white, with white people who we can look at them and see negritude in their ancestors. And y'all know we tend to give a little bit more grace to Caucasian people who we can see some melanin in. We kind of live for a nasty old Caucasian that you could see some melanin in. We live for that. We live to be able to see the truth about your ancestry and your DNA. But we are reminded that those Caucasians know that they get in, that we accept them, because we could see the negritude in their DNA. But at the end of the day, they will remind you that they still have white passing privilege. And at one time that would upset me, but then I had to play the whole tape and I had to be accountable about the idea of privilege. I've often said on this platform, and I teach here at the Nation of Laylim Layler, that passing privilege is a prison. Being able to pass, there's an expectation and there's a standard, if you will. There's a standard that you have to live up to, and it often doesn't allow you the opportunity to venture outside that box in which this reality has created for you. And when I became post-op, I had the opportunity to be very defiant, because becoming post-op gave me the confidence to just like really, really, really explore different aspects of femininity. Y'all know over the years, baby, between that Gemini and between the liberation that bottom surgery had given me, bitch, I have pushed the limits. Baby, I have pushed the limits, honey. I've done it all, done it all, done it all, baby. Any way you could manifest in the feminine form. Baby, scroll through my Facebook pictures. Scroll through my Instagram. Scroll through my videos. I got 1,000 on here, chill. Any way possibly that you can manifest in the feminine form, chill. I have done it, done it all. I have done some looks that other girls would be like, baby stud, trans masculine, African, indigenous, rock. I have really, really, honey, been just exploring everything under the umbrella, and that's why I say in that that's why I say in Transsexual Montero. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play that now. That's why I say what I say in Transsexual Montero. Let me play that really fast, and I'm gonna go back to how this connects with white people and passing privilege, because I want to talk about that, and talk about how that affects us. But I'm gonna play a little bit um from Transsexual Montero. Transsexual. I think it's transsexual Montero. Your offspring has descended into Hades, seduced and vanquished your oppressor. You are free from the pits of Tartarus. Feel the power of an ever-changing world giving you the strength to break your chains. Guala Lafitte und Barbosa. Yep, now! We about to rise up, break it up, wake 'em up, take up. Been down too long. Said we've been down too long. We about to rise up, break it up, wake 'em up, take up space. Been down too long. Couldn't fit in a box cause I broke the mold. It's like I got one body, but I got two souls. Born in the crescent, raised in bold Louisiana. Heat skin dipped in gold. Went paid for the pussy, never lost my soul. Pussy real sweet, but it's just as sour. That'll never change cause I lose my power. Shut down the White House, infiltrate Trump Towers. Father had a son, but he wanted a daughter. He said, say a man, it'll get you further. What am it to be? Cause I change like water. And when people try to hate, I just go harder. Harder for the truth, harder for the youth. And like Lady Ruth said, I'm going back to mine, back to mine, back to my rules. We about to rise up, break it up, wake them up, take up. Been down too long. Say we've been down too long. We about to rise up, break it up, wake them up, take up space. Light it up, take the fuss. About to pour a little wisdom in your cup. Go on, drink up, then that's enough. This truth so potent that it might just make you bust. Don't curse your enemies, but bless your friends. You know the ones that stay rocking to the end. Don't break this bend. It starts again. I ain't ashamed to say that I'm the type that lose and win. Not impressed by your wealth or your stealth or your new bins. As a woman came from womb man. Divine humans. Quicksand. Channeling great grand. Insane. I made my own lane. I overcame the shame. Cause I don't blend in, fit in, cave in, disguised as the pawn, but really I'm the queen pin. Don't be condemning. Just and write your checks and put your biz in. Just pay respects and write your checks and free from prison. Just did a bit and yeah, we about to rise up, break it up, wake them up, take up space. Been down too long. Say we been down too long. We about to rise up, break it up, wake them up, take up space. Say we've been down too long. And look, so that was really like inspired by Lil Nas. Like that was literally like when Lil Nas came out with that. And the video actually did good. It got like 741 views 3 years ago. It's got 741 views and like 53 emojis. Like people was really engaging with it. They liked the video. It was good. You know, for my platform, that's good because I reach a certain level intellectually, spiritually. You got to be on a certain level, and you know, most of the world is sheep. Most of the world is followers. So for me to have that type of engagement from this video, it speaks to the fact that there is a great number of us who are ready to receive a message of wholeness, and there are a great number of us who are ready to receive a message that is about transcendence. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, like I say this all the time. Flies will gather the shit. It ain't gotta be nothing impressive for a bunch of people. Like people be bragging because they got 30,000 followers and they got 50,000 followers and you got 80,000 likes. And I don't get caught up in that. If you're on here watching this content and you're on here listening to this message, then yes, I feel like you should support if it's benefiting you. If you stand for the whole live and you listening, then why not click the thumbs up button? Why not support it? But I don't get caught up in numbers and I don't get caught up in views and likes because I know that the people who are supposed to be here are going to be here. But there were a lot of people that were ready to engage with that message and receive that message, you know, and that was me living in my truth. You know what I'm saying? Like as a post-op person who has done everything that's expected of me in this matrix. When I went and got my SSI, because y'all know I get a check on the first. So when I was little, I went to the mental hospital. How I got my check, my grandmother manipulated me. So when I came home from the mental hospital, my grandmother, she felt like life was gonna be hard for me. She felt like life was gonna be hard for me. So she took me to get a first check, to get a check on the first. So I'll never forget, before we went into the psychiatrist's office, she looked at me because she knew that I didn't want to be labeled crazy. I didn't want people to talk about me crazy because we drag for people who get a check on the first. So my grandmother brought me into the SSI place, and my grandmother was like, she was like, "You gonna go up in there acting like Albert Einstein, and them people ain't gonna give you shit." She knew just what to do. She was a Libra. She knew, she knew how to puppet me. She knew what to do. So I went up in there and did just the opposite of what I was getting ready to do, cause I was gonna go up in there acting like Albert Einstein. Bitch, you hoes are not about to label me. I was gonna go up in there acting like Albert Einstein. That bitch said, excuse me, God forgive me for calling my grandmother that. My grandmother said, "You gonna go up in there acting like Albert Einstein, and they ain't gonna give you shit." So, child, I went up in there and gave. Bitch, it was theater. Bitch, bitch, it was theater. And so, it was theater, honey. I performed. Because I wasn't about to go up in there and do that. So when I turned 26 years old, and it was the worst time imaginable, I think I was like 25 or 26, they reviewed me. And I had to stand before the judge, and they took my benefits from me. Not only did they take my benefits from me, but they made me pay years worth of benefits back, because they said if I had the wherewithal and the intellectual capacity to go up in there, and if I had the intellectual capacity and the wherewithal to turn myself into an attractive woman, then that meant that I must have been intelligent. Now, mind you, they say they use the book to say that we're crazy. They say that this is a mental disorder. They say we crazy. The judge, a white judge, said, now they saying it's a mental illness. Trump, Maga, all them saying it's a mental illness. But when they took my benefits from me, they said, the judge said, they brought out a book, because I had been in and out of mental hospitals my whole life. They brought out a book on me that was like this thick. And they said, for you to have transitioned into, the judge was pretty much flirting with me, because bitch, I was working it up. I still breaks it up now. But I was in my early mid 20s. I slayed. My grandmother always, like when I was younger, I was very big on appearance and very big on, like, I was always taught that don't look like what you're going through. Don't, that's what I was always taught. That's what was instilled to me. Never look like what you're going through. And at the time, I was going through so much. Like, I was recently finding out that I was diagnosed. I was recently finding out I was diagnosed with the nothingness. I was dealing with, church hurt. I was dealing with doing survival sex work. I was navigating addiction because I found out about my diagnosis. So mentally, I was falling apart. I was falling apart. I was messed up. Like, if there was any time that I needed the benefits, or I needed the money, or I could have used the money, was then. Like, I could have used the money, but that's when they took the money from me, and that's when they made me pay the money back. So not only now did I have to do sex work to pay back the money that I owed, to take care of myself, I now had to do sex work to take care of myself, because my base income that I had from 14 to like 25 was now gone, and now they was wanting me to pay the money back. So from 20 from 26 to 40, from 26 to 40, I did not get SSI. From 26 to 40, I got it out the mud. I figured out, I figured out how I was gonna do it. I wanted to go to Africa. I wanted to travel, and I knew that I was not mentally stable to be working on nobody's clock for 40 hours a week, because I was going through so much, trying to rediscover myself, trying to learn myself, trying to heal from church hurt, because I had never really had an opportunity to, because I had always been trying to get it out the mud, trying to hustle, working day and night, like just doing, either working a fast food job, a minimum wage job, and doing sex work. Like I just had been hustling my whole, even selling, some substances. It's been over 20 years, so I could say that on live. But like I did a whole lot of stuff in order to keep my head above water and to make ends meet. And it was because they took those benefits from me, but I couldn't keep living like that, because I was self-destructing, because I was trying to heal and I couldn't heal, and I didn't have time to heal. So child, I went and I talked to them people, and I did not lie. I did not make up anything. I told them people the same stuff that I be saying on this live. And that was when I was going through, that was when I was really, really, because y'all know, for like 6 months, I wore face paint damn near every day. Like full tribal face paint. Full tribal face paint. And the reason why I wore full tribal face paint is because I was living in a neighborhood that was known for niggas killing each other. So imagine how they gonna feel about a trans girl. That was when the girls was dropping like flies. And so I had to do something that didn't exactly spill my tea, but protecting me. Like I felt like I was putting on something that was protecting me by the ancestors. I felt like I was putting on something that made me look crazy to them, but was protection for me. Like I didn't mind looking like the crazy voodoo girl. Whatever it took for y'all to leave me alone. Just don't mess with me. I'm weird. I'm crazy. Think what you want to think about me. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. So I left up out the house with tribal paint on every day. And it was so crazy. One woman was walking down the street on the side of me, and her daughter got out the car and they started praying with me, because she said, I could tell you at spiritual warfare. And she said, I respect your spiritual warfare. Your spiritual warfare is beautiful. My mama didn't even understood it. But a woman that saw me walking on the side of the road, she was in her car. Her and her daughter got out of the car, and literally we all prayed together. I had a different partner at the time. We all held hands in a circle and we prayed outside. And that was when I had the tribal face paint on. But y'all, I went to the psychiatrist and I told the psychiatrist, I said, I did everything that y'all told me to do. I followed the Christian belief. I got my sex change. I aligned with the construct like y'all told me to do. I changed everything. I did everything that you asked me to do. Why am I not happy? Where is my white picket fence? Where's my adopted children? Where's my king? Where is my happily ever after? Where's my Cinderella story? Like I did everything that y'all told me to do. I'm passable. I got the sex change. I did everything that y'all told me to do. And for some reason I still don't I'm still not happy. I'm still not comfortable in this body. And that was when I had to start doing the work of wholeness. And when I tell you, three days later, that woman gave me my damn money back. 3 days later, that woman gave me my check back. That woman cut my benefits back on. I didn't go up in there lying and making up stories and all that type of stuff. I went up in there and I told that woman, I said, I did everything y'all told me to do. I did everything y'all told me to do. I'm not happy. I feel depressed. I feel like I'm being boxed in. I don't feel welcome at the church. I don't feel welcome on the job. I don't feel welcome anywhere. I did everything that y'all told me. I did everything that Benjamin Standards of Care said I was supposed to do. Why am I not happy? What's wrong with me? I followed your rules. I transitioned the way y'all said I was supposed to. Why am I not happy? And that woman, that she looked me in my face. It was a white woman. She wanted to be my psychiatrist. She wanted to work with me. She loved me. She wanted to be. She wanted, because I know she knew she was gonna get a Pulitzer Prize winning top selling book off me. But baby, that woman told me. That woman looked at me and that woman said, "Go with God. Bless you." And baby, 3 months later, my benefits was back on because I went in there with the truth. I don't look at my first check as me looking crazy. I look at my shit as reparations. It's a little small piece of reparations. So anyway, because it has helped me to be able, like, if it wasn't for those benefits, I would not have been able to live in Africa for 9 months. Like when I got stranded over there because of COVID, oh, those benefits came in handy. And when the government decided they want to take those benefits, thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to be out here, they took my benefits. I wanted to go to Africa. I wanted to be able to travel. I wanted to have that experience. I ain't lie. I didn't have to do anything deceitful. I went up in there and I told my story. And I got my coins. And I went and lived in Africa for 9 months. A man, a woman. So anyway, so back to the whole passing privilege thing. Because I want to talk about passing privilege. They want you to be half dead before they give you $1. You ain't lying. The queen should have shut their ass up. Run them checks right. Them white queens should have shut their ass up, run them checks. They used to give the transition girls disability checks because back in the day, stopped in the late 70s because the white girls wanted to be normal. Wow. It's always them messing some shit up. The gag is a lot of influencers brag about followers, but bought them followers. Make it make sense. Oops. If y'all can't thumbs up the emoji on the, yeah, if y'all can't, yeah, right, it's crazy, huh? They come in here and they literally be stalking the information, but don't be wanting to say nothing. Mm, yeah, numbers hold me back on creativity. I try not to look at them. Granny said turn it out, and that's what the fuck I did. I gave them children theater. But drama. Get compensated for the pain and suffering of halflings. Exactly. Come on. You better say that. Get compensated from having to navigate the pain and suffering of these fucking halflings. You better talk about it. Because baby, we done had to navigate some motherfucking. I need to pin that. I'm looking for that. Get compensated for the pain and suffering of these halflings. That's it right there. That's it right there. Get compensated. I need to find that. Here you go. Uh huh. Get compensated for the pain and suffering of these halflings. Having to navigate these halflings. Having to go out on the job. Child, I used to go to work. I went to work one time. This was before I went and got my benefits back. I went to work. I went on 2 jobs, and 2 of the jobs they played in my face. In one job, motherfucker had a masterate level degree and called me on my phone at home and told me, when I pull your chain, that's when you bark. Didn't I tell you when I pull your chain, that's when you bark? Now, mind you, same color as me. When I pull your chain, that's when you bark. Butch Queen telling me when I pull your chain. Baby, I told him on the phone, I said, I will go and stand on the corner and suck dicks and turn tricks before I let you talk to me like that. You got me fucked up. Then I got on another job. I'm trying to get my spirituality together. I'm trying to fortify myself in wholeness. I come into the job. This is a workplace. This is a workplace. We are here to work. You are bumping gospel music, and I can be in spaces now and hear gospel music and not be triggered. Like, gospel music doesn't trigger me like it used to trigger me, but a lot of things used to trigger me when I was trying to come out of being saturated in that and normalizing it. So normalizing gospel music as just, this is the religion, this is the space that we in, this is how we navigating the world. Like, this is what it is, baby. When people play gospel music, you automatically think, oh, these is good people, you could trust them, they're not gonna hurt you, they're not up to nothing, they Christians, they good people. Like, waking up from that dream, waking up from the fact that Christians are more likely to hurt you than anybody else, that Christians do some of the most dirty, deceptive things. And so when I was waking up from that and having to come into a space where I heard gospel music playing every day, the woman who attacked me and called herself checking me was Christian, and she was the one that was playing the damn gospel music every day. So I literally will never forget. I got physically sick for like 30 days. After I left that job, I was working that job. I literally got so sick that I could not go to work for like 30 days. I just kept getting sick. And what I realized was, it was the frequency of the space. And I wasn't strong enough spiritually. I wasn't strong enough mentally. I wasn't strong enough emotionally. I was vulnerable because Lay Lem Lay Lur wasn't born yet. So I really didn't know how to defend myself because I was stepping away from Christianity. So in that stepping away period, I was still in pain because I didn't know how to defend myself. You know, when you are defending yourself, when people are speaking over you from a Christian standpoint, they're casting spells over you. And if you don't have your own language, your own spiritual practice, your own relationship with the divine, how do you defend yourself? Now, this is one of the things that I want to talk about: passing and actually being. The original is always going to get further than the copy. The Christian religion, as it stands, it was not made for us to sit at the head of the table. As they're teaching it, because they're teaching it in a slave way. They're not teaching the parts of the book that really center wholeness, that talk about the eunuch, and that talk about, how they were, how the it was Elohim, and how the creator is both male and female. That's not how they teach us the book. Like, literally the truth is in your face, but they focus, and because it's more scriptures, the way the book was taught, the way the book is set out, they give you such little information on the wholeness part, and they give you a whole bunch of scriptures about the halflings. They tell you a whole bunch of, like, the book is saturated with halfling stories. And so because the book is saturated with halfling stories, it's easy to kind of erase the fact that the deities were actually whole. The deities were actually whole ones. The ones that they were praying to and worshiping were actually whole ones. The ones that they were actually going to for advice and they were praying to were whole ones. Okay? But because the book centers the halflings, it's really hard for you to defend yourself because they got 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. They got thousands of scriptures in a book that defend them halflings. You only got a couple of scriptures that you're going to have to keep repeating yourself over and over again to defend wholeness. And this is literally why I had to write my own book, a personal Bible of self reflections and recollections. Becoming purple. That's why I had to write my own book. That's why I had to do this platform. That's why I had to do all of this work, because this was a process of me being able to battle with them spells that they was casting on me. Because again, I'm an energy person. So when you put me in a space, if I don't have any defense, my force field is weak, because bitch, I'm not prepared to defend myself, because I've been trying to use the same stuff that y'all been using. And again, if you not committed to it, and I was not committed to Christianity. I was no longer committed to Christianity. I no longer believed in Christianity the way that the halflings believed in it, because I saw the flaws in it. I saw how the book had been broken down by the Council of Nicaea in a way that was meant to empower the halflings. And the gag is that there are beings who master halflingness so much deep down inside, they connect to their wholeness, but they present halfling energy, and they've mastered the halfling behavior, and so they use that to rule over other halflings. Deep down inside, they're whole. They wouldn't be able to rise up to the levels that they rise up to if they weren't aware of some form of wholeness. But they deceive the masses. They deceive the masses. That's why they call it the closet. And from the closet, they control other halflings, because those other beings, the halflings, they literally have never done that work. They're afraid of their chaos. They're afraid of their darkness. If they were born with a penis, they're afraid of their feminine side. If they were born with a vagina, they're afraid of their masculine side. So because they have not done that work, it's easy to exploit them. It's easy to puppeteer them. It's easy to relegate them to a box. And so I had to do the work of having the conversations and having the dialogue, to have a conversation with these halflings, and not having the conversation with them in a way that white supremacy is having it. Because once you start talking to them like the LGBT and using all of that language, they feel like it's an agenda. So I had to start developing a form of communicating and a form of speaking that sounded and that reminded them of our ancestry. And that's why a lot of the words that I first started creating, they didn't even sound English. Like if you think about Euk Ma Oya, that means healing is flowing through your body. Tatata Waseyami, that means I acknowledge the life force, even though it's animated in a different way. Bayashayado, that means peace throughout the land. Tamokanai, that means nothing and everything. And so I literally started creating words to help me get through this reality. I started chanting them. I would literally chant, Ekma Oya. And I would do it a lot of times a day to remind, to send healing through my body. Ekma Oya. And what that is autonomy. What that is self-awareness. What that is empowering yourself and covering yourself and starting to create a force field for yourself, and starting to, so I literally had to create words that other people didn't even know what I was talking about. And one of my main was that you will hear me say, especially when someone, I feel like I'm being attacked, Guala la fitun babosa yaktao. And me and one of my daughters created that word together. And there's a few more words, well, several more words that we use, but that's just to give you an idea of how I had to start creating words. I had to start hearing words in the spirit while I was fasting, and using those words to kind of like saturate myself with some sort of covering so I could be able to navigate the halflings. Okay? But what I wanted to say, getting back on topic, because we, been around the world and but getting back on topic, I try to never use this platform to sit up and judge people who are not traditionally passable. Like in the 16 years that I've been putting out content, in the 16 years that I have been on this platform talking and communicating and sharing, I've tried not, to make this, even though, even as a girl who has done everything that Massa said that we were supposed to do, I've tried not to be that. Um and I've also tried to embody various forms of femininity. So, we never felt like we had to, change ourselves. We never felt like, because I went through the pain of having as many surgeries as I was comfortable. I had my chin hit one time. Like I had seal, like literally, you can't even, like, to me, one person clocked it, and I was like, "Bitch, how the fuck did you clock it?" Because when I got it done, you really honestly couldn't see it. It took years, like it took gravity to start making my face change for you to really just actually see the little bump that they put right there. But like it was literally, it was probably like that much. Like I really got a pinch, cause my chin used to be a little bit more like that. My chin used to be a little bit more like that. Like it was never really like boxy, but they just rounded it off a little bit more. But yeah, that was the only thing that I ever really had done to my face. Um, I never got my nose done. I never got my cheeks done. I never had any type of facial film. But like literally, when I got my hips done, well, the one time I got my hips done, my sister was getting her face hit, and while he was hitting her face, he was like, "Well, you really don't need anything to your face," but he just took the needle and he just literally hit my chin one time. And that was it. So that's the only thing that I've ever had done facially. And the reason why I never got anything done to my face is because I don't give a fuck if people do look at my face and they see a boy, or if I'm not passable to people. I want to be able to look in the mirror for me. This is not me shaming people who make the change, because you have to do what makes you feel comfortable in your body. I know one of my sisters, after she had it, I think she went through like a grieving period, because when she looked in the mirror, she didn't see her former self. She saw another person, and that person is beautiful, but she went through a grieving period, and she went through a period of depression. And you could tell, because like when she would be in front of the camera, she did not look as comfortable as she used to be when she was in front of the camera prior. She went through this period of not really like feeling as comfortable with herself as she felt prior to the surgeries, and she discovered that it was a grieving period, that she had to grieve the way that she looked. And because I've done so much to myself, like body wise, like I had my breast pumped, I had my hips done, I had an orchiectomy, then I later had a vagina, then I had a vaginal revision. I'm like, chill, that's enough. Like I'm not fucking with my face. I need to be able to look in the mirror, and I need to be able to see my grandmother. I need to be able to see my daddy. I need to be able to see my mama. I need to be able to see my people in this mug. And that for me has been a part of my sanity. The only way that I think that I would get my face done is if like I had to, like if I was on a run, and in jail I had to do that, like if I was on a run and I was trying to go and live a different life and be somebody else, then I would probably consider having facial film or something like that. But just having facial film just because I want to look different, or just because I feel like I want to look more I'm not going through all that. And I have respect for people who have went through it. I have a deep amount of respect. Those girls are warriors. Like, because it is, I've seen two people go through it close up. I've been with them. I have been the one that came and picked them up from the hospital when they was leaving the hospital, and it really takes a toll on you. It really takes a toll on you. Facial film ain't no joke. And so for the girls who have went through facial film, I have the utmost respect for you, because it ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. It take a toll on you. I have the utmost respect for girls who go through that process. But I also want to play the whole tape, and I want to be the girl that reminds you, or the being that reminds you, or the whole one that reminds you that, hey, there's another way. I've never gotten a BBL. I've never gotten lipo. I've never gotten that. I will get up and exercise. And if you want to have cheekbones, I tell the girls all the time, I used to do exercising. When I was young, I literally would smile like 100 times in the morning and smile 100 times at night. I was building cheeks, baby. Them cheeks is a muscle. I'd be smiling like I was doing Kegels. And that's also why I am aging differently, because I exercise the muscles in my face. Like when I was younger, I stayed. And some of y'all want that resting bitch face, but what you have to realize is that resting bitch face will slide your shit. That's why a lot of the girls who be you're sliding your shit down. Lift your shit up. Lift your shit up. Like y'all be, and it looked like that. It be giving very moosey, very camel, very chipmunky, very, 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 very nuts in your very nuts down cheeks down here. Cause you don't smile enough, sis. You that resting bitch look is cute when you're in your 20s and 30s. But when you start to get in your 40s and you done had work done in your face and you've been doing that resting bitch look, them jaws start to give a little mild droopy. And that's not my tease. If it works for you, it works for you, bitch. If you like it, I love it. Bitch, I ain't hating on it. Bitch, I ain't yucking your young girl. If you like it, I love it, sis. But it's just like with your booty. If you don't do no squats, if you don't do no exercises to bring them cheeks up, them girls gonna droop. And it's the same thing with these cheeks. If you don't work them cheeks the same way you have to work them booty cheeks, you got to work them face cheeks. And if you ain't working them face cheeks, Bookie, it's gonna give you mudslide tees, girl. That's what it's gonna be giving, girl. And deal with it. But yeah, but I understand like so I want to talk about how that intersects with like the lighter people, like the people who can pass, like have some type of privilege, like like how biracial people are more favored because they give like this ambiguous look where Caucasians could see themselves in them and black people can see themselves in them, and so they kind of have grace in both areas. Biracial and racially ambiguous people tend to be able to go to the barbecue, and they also able to go to the Trump rally. They're also able to go to the KKK rallies. They can move in all spaces. If they can be accepted around the white people, and they also can be accepted in the black spaces. And so um me learning not to like be so hard on people who exercise their privilege, because I exercise mine, because I use my privilege. I use my perceived privilege because, again, I say it's a prison, but I use it when it's necessary. But I don't use it to harm other people. I don't use it to put other people down. I don't use it to drag for other people. I don't use it to belittle girls. Like, I don't use it in a way that is harmful to the community. Like a lot of girls use it. A lot of girls get on their platform and they preach, oh, you look like this and you look like that, and you girls is da 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 da, and girl, you get your transition together and da 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 da. And they've created that type of gatekeeper, massa gonna sell us tomorrow energy. Got you scared like the preachers do in church, telling you how to be a good slave, getting you ready for the MAGA regime, preparing you for the MAGA regime. They've been preparing you in the church. They've been preparing you MAGA regime. And those girls been gatekeeping, having you uncomfortable about your look and having you uncomfortable about your aesthetic and having you afraid to walk in your wholeness and got you around here mimicking whiteness. And you're not the original, you're the carbon copy. So you always gonna get mistreated at the table. You always gonna get the leftovers. You always gonna get the scraps. You ain't gonna never get the biggest plate unless you gonna tap dance even harder than the white girls who cooning. And you got to coon real hard to beat out the white girls. Because the white girls, they got that white skin. So you got to be cooning mighty, mighty hard. And at this point, who are you? Who are you really, sis? If you got to coon this hard that you trying to outdo the white girls, who are you even now, sis? Do you even know who you are? And so it's like using your past and privilege in a way that makes the space for us to navigate in, that makes it harder for us to be accepted in society because you're around here affirming these antiquated white supremacist ideas about what this feminine experience means and about what it looks like to navigate womanhood. Like for those in the community who have been helping to uphold those values and keep us in that box when femininity is broad. Femininity is vast. For every man that's walking this planet, it is a woman that is capable of showing up in that same way. It's a female that is capable of having those same genes. I've seen trans men who have given birth who look more masculine than some of the men that I have dated. A little bit of testosterone, a long way, Buki, a little bit of testosterone in a gym. I have seen females who have birthed babies who look more masculine than some of the men I have dated. So, yeah, you know what they always say? They say that our surgeries look better than them, but they're more passable with clothes on, and we're more passable with clothes off. That's the rule of thumb with trans men and trans women. You don't get into their teeth till they take the clothes off. You can clock us a little bit with clothes on if you looking for those stereotypical things like big hands, big feet, Adam's apple. Like if you looking for shit like that, even though we know that there's females who have big hands, who have big feet, a couple of them even have Adam's apples. So it's really, really like you really hard to get into it that way because even though it's rare, definitely females who have all of those things. But if you just basically looking for the basic stuff that we see, big hands, big feet, Adam's apple, then yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's how you really get into us. A lot of times trans men do have smaller heads and they do have smaller hands, but that head start looking so blockish and they start looking so cut and masculine, you just be like, this is a mini man. This is a smaller man. This is a man in a smaller package. But again, trans men don't really critique each other's masculinity publicly. You don't really see them all on the apps and all on social media like coming for each other's aesthetic and coming for each other's look. And that's one thing that I kind of give the trans masculine community. I do think that they critique each other. I do think that they make comments about each other, but they kind of keep that shit in house. They kind of talk amongst themselves. But trans people, because of the ego and the pride that's often associated with the fact that these girls have transitioned physically, but these girls have not transitioned mentally. So they want to brag about how fishy they is. They want to brag about how cunt they is. They want to brag about how tuna they is. And they want to get on the apps and they want to brag about that. And they want to use that to condemn other girls who do not give off that aesthetic and who do not look like that. That is gatekeeping in the MAGA regime. That's what it looks like. That's a prime example. That's a prime example. I don't think there's anything wrong with using your privilege, but use your privilege responsibly. That's what I wanted to talk about. Use your privilege responsibly. Use your privilege in a way that is not, or use what you've worked for. Use the space that you strategically put yourself in, not to put other girls down, but to open people's eyes. Not to pad your position, not to make your position even more cushy and comfortable, a man, a woman, but to open the eyes of the people you have access to. If people can see it for you, and people are looking and they seeing it for you, then use your platform. Use the space that you've earned and worked for, that you sacrifice for, to open people's eyes, not to sit in front of the camera and say, oh, these girls running around here looking like clock boxes, and these girls running around here with beards and wanting to be respected. Don't use your platform to sit up and sound like a butch queen at a ball. Because that's what a lot of you girls sound like. Butch queens at a ball. You sound like butch queens judging a drag show. And real womanhood and real femininity is not a drag show. It is not a drag show. Real womanhood and real femininity is not a drag show. It's not a drag contest. It's not a walk ball. Femininity can show up in a multitude of different ways. Now, if a girl who does not read as feminine, if a girl who has not worked on her transition is trying to come for you because you laid on the table and you sacrificed, that is a different story. If a girl is coming for you and trying you, that is a different story. All bets are off. All bets are off. We're gonna have to go for the low hanging fruit on that one. We're gonna have to eat that greasy pork chop on that one. But until you give me a reason to eat that greasy pork chop, until you give me a reason to go below the belt, then I'm going to sincerely see it for you. And I'm going to sincerely try to advocate for you, because I realize that people who have not physically made the change, people who have not physically transitioned, just like all Caucasian people aren't deeply racist, I think that it's hard for them to avoid some of it because they were brought up in it. That's what they were brought up for. That's how they were brought up. Yeah, I think it's gonna be very hard in American society to find Caucasian people who have not been impacted by the privilege of their complexion or what it means to be white in America. I think it's gonna be really, really hard because they are, no tea, no shade, some of the easier beings to program. They don't really resist the programming because why? It's beneficial. Like, black people complain about institutional racism, but if the institutions worked for y'all, would you do anything different? If institutions and systems backed our prejudice, would we be any different than them? For the most part, majority, will we be any different? So, to a certain degree, how can you blame them for taking advantage of the opportunities that their aesthetic and their genetics and their DNA affords them, if you know deep down inside you wouldn't do anything different? Are you mad? Are you jealous? What is it? And so I think it's more about being a person who inspires them to they have to see authentic and genuine people who refuse to just rest in their privilege. You have to be the example. If they don't see the example, then it continues to justify how they move. We have to be models of individuals who access what we've earned, because some of us didn't earn it. It just fell in our lap. Some of y'all, your pussy fell in your lap. You was born with it. Some of y'all, your passing privilege as white, it fell in your lap. You was born with it. Some of us, we had, a feminine aesthetic, which was me. Like, I really didn't have to work that hard in my transition. That ain't me. That ain't me bragging. That's just a fact. I didn't have to work that hard. I was not clocky when I was little. I don't have the biggest hands. I don't have the biggest feet. I wear a size a 8.5 in boys and a 10 in women. You could still get it. I wasn't the girl that was just walking in the room and nobody suspected nonetheless. But I also wasn't the girl that as soon as I walked in, people were saying that wasn't, it depends on how I looked. If I had some makeup on and I had some big ass curly hair and some booty shorts on, Clock City. But if I came in looking like an old project girl with a headscarf on and some big ass hoop earrings, and I wasn't showing too much body, nobody none the wiser. But it's also because they weren't really looking at me either. I was passing because nobody was really looking at me. I was the invisible black girl. I was oozing. So a lot of times I had to become invisible. I couldn't draw a lot of attention to myself, and that was how I passed. Couldn't talk too much, couldn't be too dramatic, simple bob, just a simple bob, maybe a lash, some eyeliner, a little lip gloss, very conservative dress. That'll get me through too. But I couldn't bring a lot of attention to myself, so I had to almost become invisible to get through. Because who's looking at the dark skinned black girl with the wide nose and the big lips? Except for the fetishize her ass and to look at her like a sex object. But then it worked out well at the strip club because that's what they want to do anyway. They want to fetishize blackness. They want to, ooh, that dick probably big. They want to do that. So it worked out good at a trans strip club. So at night, it was beneficial because, they looked at me and they said, oh, she probably packing. But in the daytime, I had to douse my light. I had to diminish my light. A man, a woman. And so, yeah. And that's why I have never been a fan of, um, well, I'm not going to say I've never been, because when I was younger, I did kind of traumatize some of my daughters. And I did, like just me being just what I went through to be who I was, it was a part of a standard. And so a lot of my daughters, they saw what I invested in my transition. And, I don't really have any daughters that are not fishy. Empathy was like we had a different relationship. She was like we had a relationship where I saw her as my brother's sister and my daughter's son. And so because we had that wholeness relationship, with her model and her example, I didn't put all of these pressures on her to be extremely fishy. I didn't put all of them pressures on her to blend into the idea of what we see womanhood as. But I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. I was very lax with Milan. Like I didn't I didn't talk to Milan about orchiectomies and sex changes, but I did that with Pernisha, and we could see Pernisha is a sex change. Me and Pernisha had those types of talks. But as I grew and as I became more comfortable with myself, Me and Bonnie had sex change talks, but I never really kind of like pressured her, you know. And my daughters, you know, like Toya, like all of my daughters before, like I wasn't even there yet. I hadn't even had an orchiectomy. Portia and Toya, like those were my daughters when I was younger. Portia, Toya, a little bit. I was not as I was not I didn't put those type of restrictions on them. But Pernisha, I kind of like had more conversations with her about bottom surgery because I knew that Pernisha was the one that was probably going to end up going the distance. You just know how your daughters talk. You know if they want to have bottom surgery or not. And she talked about it all the time. She talked about it all the time. And she knew how she wanted to age because having bottom surgery also dictates how you will age. Girls who don't have bottom surgery, they have to constantly moan, they have to constantly get laser, they have to constantly, like, in order to not look hard, in order to look glowy, in order to have the pregnant glow. You gotta stay moaning. You gotta have some money. You gotta be able to go and get all type of facial. You gotta be able to go and get, you know, things done to your face. Like you gotta be able to go to spa days and regimens and spend all this money on creams and ointments and shit that you really don't have to do if you just go ahead and have bottom surgery. But you can't be somebody that's addicted to using your piece because if you're addicted to using your piece, bottom surgery is not the thing for you. If you're addicted to plowing these men's cakes and getting head, if you're addicted to using your penis, bottom surgery is not for you. It's not. And I would never, you know, tell a girl some that's why some girls wait till they're in their older age to get it done after they done got all the cookies that they could get, you know, and I think that's pretty much the conversation with, with one of my daughters, but I knew Milan didn't want to have it, and so I never pressured Milan. But Milan wanted to, give you body and be a bad bitch and be one of the girls, one of one, one of them ones. And she is, she's very cunty to say that she never wanted to have bottom surgery. And so I did not pressure her to, I didn't talk to her about it. I wasn't like, girl, you need da 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 do do do. So by the time I got to empathy, I didn't talk to empathy like that at all. I didn't pressure her. And a lot of times as trans mothers, as trans mentors, as trans guides, we are just like cis people in that regard. We want our children or those that we see as our children or those that we've had that relationship with, we want them to be in our likeness. We want them to when we take those family photos, when we take those group pictures, we want everybody to see, baby, look at what the tree bared. And so, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, I was a girl who was like, yes, I need you to be a little bit more pussy. I need you to be a little bit more cunty. I need you to be meeting up to those aesthetics. But over the past, 8, 9 years, I really have moved away from, and I don't use my platform to really like police, this idea of femininity or like to be uncomfortable with girls who are in a different place in their femininity than I am. And I think that's important now. It's important now if you are a person that is able to pass, if you are a person that is able to be seen as what America validates as womanhood, what America validates as manhood, what America validates as fitting into those boxes. Use those platforms to open people's eyes. Don't use those platforms to sit on those platforms and to condemn and to marginalize and to make it harder for beings. Because I always used to say this when I went on jobs, and I'm going to close with this. Make sure y'all click that thumbs up button when you come on the live if you're not here to have a monitoring spirit. I used to always say, I used to always say this when I would go on jobs. I say this transness transness is like and all passing, like if you could pass for white, if you could pass for black, if you could pass for a woman, if you could pass for a man, this is like a degree. I call my pussy my purple heart. And this is like a degree. This is education. This is life experience. I say this when working on a job. If I go on a job and I'm working on that job and you have a master's degree, you went through college, you worked, you got your degree, you supposed to be black, you supposed to be my brother or my sister, we supposed to be a part of the same community, we supposed to be a part of the struggle. When I come on that job, if I have wisdom, experience, life experience, if I have knowledge, if I have things that I have learned that can make me a valuable of value to your work and what you're doing, a man, a woman, if don't critique me and tell me that and try to put me down because I don't have the same skill set you have. Don't this is one of the things that I this is what makes me don't like some academics and some scholars. They have been so brainwashed by the institutions. They've been so brainwashed by the establishment. A lot of them have been so brainwashed by that process that they will try to invalidate you. They will try to invalidate your life experience. They will try to invalidate your expertise. They will try to invalidate your knowledge because they've been validated by massa. They've been branded with those letters behind their name. And so they feel like they're better than you. They feel like they're superior to you. And and when they give me that energy, I feel that's the same mistakes we make in the trans community. Your experience being post-op, your experience being a person who has went so far in your transition, you've done this work, you've had these experiences, you've learned from them, you've developed a some resources, you've developed the network, you've developed the system for how you can help others to access this, you can help others to navigate this experience. That is a how you treat people with that. Now, I'm not the person that you could be like, oh, I'm about to go get my sex change and just call me on the phone and talk my head off because, again, I have to do things for me and this is my time. And my time has value. So I'm not just somebody who's sitting around because I don't really get paid for this. Like a lot of the stuff that I do, the ancestors find a way to bless me. The universe always finds a way to look out for me. But a lot of the stuff I do, I don't get paid for. So I'm not just going to be sitting around here taking everybody on, helping everybody all the time for free because I have to take care of my mental health and my mental well-being. So you might reach out to me and I might direct you somewhere else. I might be like, oh, okay, well, let me connect you with blah 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 and whoop de whoop de woo. But I don't take on everybody because I have to have a balance. I'm not sitting around here just no. I don't have a savior complex. I don't. That's not something that I need to do. If I like you and I think you cool and you don't seem weird and you're not giving me opportunist vibes, then yes, I will respond and I will communicate. And then if you need help with something and you haven't gave me opportunist vibes, then I will probably introduce you to someone who has the capacity to help you with what you're trying to accomplish, but never think in your mind that I owe you anything. Because I don't work for no organization. I work for Laylim Layler, and a lot of this work is in kind. Laylim Layler is not often paid directly for what I invest in community and what I give to community. So when I give something, it is a service. It is an act of kindness. It's in kind work. So you can't run G on me or do that from your heart and you should be trying to have you supported Laylim Layler from your heart? Did you sow into Laylim Layler? Did you show up for Laylim Layler? Now all of a sudden you need help with something and I'm supposed to help you. How does that work? Who does that? Is dummy written across his forehead? Can you see it under this bang? Do you see dummy? No, you do not. What I look like trying to move heaven and earth for you, and you bitches barely want to click the thumbs up button. But you'll jump in my inbox asking me if I know surgeons, asking me if I can help you with your surgeries, and ask you bitches barely want to click the thumbs up button. Share my content. But when you need something, you'll jump in my inbox and ask me to help you do blah 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 and blah blah blah. You got me fucked up. That's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing over here at the nation. Lay lim lay lur. One of our creeds is life is give and take. That means you give something, take something. You take something, you give something. It's not me give, and you take. It's give and take and give and take. It is an exchange, bookity boo. It's an exchange of energy, love. It's not me giving you all mine. Where they do that at? Not here. Not I, said the cat. So, you know, when you have a certain level of experience in your change, you don't use that experience to do what people who have done, who went and got those degrees. You don't use that degree mentality. You don't use that scholastic academic mentality to gatekeep people. You don't use that indoctrination to try to control people. Now, when people are taking advantage of you, when people are being simple and ignorant and disrespectful and taking you for granted, you have every right to gather a bitch edges. You have every right to gather someone's edges who is playing in your face. I'm not telling you to be a duck. That's not what I'm saying. But treat people with respect and decency, and don't exalt yourself because you're at a certain level in your transition. Don't exalt yourself because you're at a certain level academically. Don't exalt yourself because you have a certain complexion. Don't exalt yourself because you can pass as because it's all about passing. Education. You had to pass some exams and pass some tests to get them letters behind your name so that you could be able to pass through certain doors that some people can't pass through. As far as your transition, you had to make some changes. You had to go through some processes that made you passable to be able to get through those doors. If you have passing privilege based on your complexion, you have to do certain things that align with that culture. You have to have some knowledge of that culture and have had done some work with informing yourself about that culture, because you can't just be the eyeball in. I don't give a damn how light skinned you is. It's some light skinned people who do not fit into that ambiguous world because everything about them is niggified, nigger rigged. And so a lot of them go and become academics so that they can pass in that way. But we all have to do some work on ourselves to get through the doors that we get through. To have seats at the tables that we have seats at. And what you do with the space that you've earned and the tables that you could sit at speaks to your character, speaks to your legacy. And at the nation of Laylim Layler, that's what I'm about, helping to produce beings who are responsible with their platforms, who are responsible with their perceived privilege, who don't allow the bitterness that we sometimes earn from the scars that we've maintained through getting those letters behind our name, getting these titties on our chest and these pussies between our legs, having to be informed about these communities, having to indoctrinate ourselves, if you one of them racially ambiguous people, having to indoctrinate yourself with cultures that you don't authentically resonate with. But you know, if you want to be able to get a certain level of privilege, you need to indoctrinate yourself. You need to talk like them people. You need to act like them people, and it needs to be second nature for you. And so all of us are doing work. All of us are working and are from our working our angles. A man, a woman. We're working our angles. And we need to respect each other. We need to respect each other. We need to have decency for each other. But again, if they're not respecting you, if they're not treating you with respect, but you don't owe them none. If they playing in your face, then you gather the edges around their face. It's simple. And we also prepare to do that here at the nation. So I think I said what I wanted to say on this live. Um yeah, I feel like I said what I wanted to say. I done got a little home. It's 11 o'clock. Oh, this was a good live. We was on here for what? An hour and 30. Y'all will come watch this live later. I felt like it was gonna get more views when it had the Trump picture on the front. I felt like it was gonna do better view wise. But child, they was playing with it. Child, they literally. I was on other looking at that live on other pages, and child, it was literally just going in a circle. Like it would not let me post that content. I got to post a couple of things to my story today, and I need to post a couple of things to post a couple. I'm gonna post some things to TikTok today, like a hoodie in 100 degrees. Best defense is a good offense. Ain't no white picket fence. Ain't no white picket fence. Oh, when I found out my essence, I was back on. I was in New Orleans. Yeah, that was triggering. Y'all was commenting down. I wasn't moving up like to show y'all was commenting. I thought y'all had stopped commenting. Christians be the real wolves in sheep clothing. Whole spiritual warfare. Christianity was designed for halflings. That's right. They left out a lot of stories. The Bible is a weapon the halflings use to attack the whole ones. Made and manufactured by ancient punks. I love you, Anadia. That means say made and manufactured by ancient punks. Not the ancient punks. It's very easy to manipulate the lost and ignorant. Zaya said, controversial take. I like the Quran. All of the three Arabic books cause it's unedited and Muslims discourage translation cause words gets lost in translation. I could respect that. You could make a tiny purple and gray pocket translation booklet. The real emasculation is not men expressing their feminine energy through hair, makeup, and clothes, but is men allowing other people and other men to dictate and define their own masculinity. Whoo! Drum roll, please. Child, if I had a tambourine, I would have. What a mighty God, goddess we serve. What a mighty God, goddess we serve. Heaven and earth adore them, angels bow before them. What a mighty God, goddess we serve. What a mighty God, goddess we serve. What a mighty God, goddess we serve. In a whole moment. Oh, I love that. The real emasculation is not men expressing their feminine energy through hair, makeup, and clothes, but it is a man allowing other people and other men to dictate and define their own masculinity. My God, goddess, today. Today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not next month. Today. You had said that. You had said that. Men not being real with themselves, but being performative punks. My God, goddess, today. Funky Dineva said that the other day at Anandia. Men like spazzing out because they can't express themselves. That's why he'd rather be a gay man than straight. Too much constrictions. But Funky Dineva, you you've been trying to assimilate into the punkyarchy, and when you was free, you used you used your connection to femininity to be the kind of woman that was a mockery. Like you mammified your goddess energy. And then you began to rest more in this performative expression of masculinity, and you're comfortable now calling other people out on their masculinity, but really honestly and truly, you've wanted to be accepted by the punkyarchy. You see how Funky Dineva started to move. I respect Funky Dineva. I don't really watch the platform that much because Funky Dineva does have a lot of gatekeeping energy, but Funky Dineva do drop a lot of pearls of wisdom. I'm not gonna say that that person is not smart and that person is not intellectual, but they want validation from the punkyarchy. Definitely be giving want validation. Definitely be giving want a seat at the table, and definitely given I'm resting more now in this perception of masculine energy so that I can have more power to gatekeep, so that I could be able to make my Tyler Perry moves. Let me stop this mammiac. Let me stop this mammiac and start to rest in the power of the punkyarchy. Very much that. Given very much that. Seal makes the face bigger and it drops severely. Gender roles is rooted in Eurocentricity. Come on now, let's talk about it. Make sure y'all click that thumbs up button if you're not just here as a monitoring spirit, because we've been at 5 likes, but it's 11 people on the live. So if y'all are not, if you can't go and click the thumbs up button, then why are you still here, boo? Why are you still here? Are you trying to get some tea so you can go back and tell what I'm talking about? Why you still here, Fed? If you don't like what you hear, then why you still here? If you like what you hear and you're enjoying the conversation, the thumbs up button is absolutely free. Okay? It's absolutely free. Right? Right? Because y'all definitely coming on for the conversation. And I notice y'all petty. But guess what? You know, You can get over on me, but you can't get over on yourself. Y'all being petty with them thumbs up. I bet your life is not thumbs upping you. For you to be as petty as you are, clearly there's not many thumbs up going on in your life. You have to come on my live and be petty and watch me and can't give me a thumbs up. Life's clearly not thumbs upping you. So I understand. I'm going to be patient with you today. I understand you're having a rough day. You're having a rough life. Life doesn't like you. It's made you bitter. So you're a hater. I understand. I wanted facial film, especially for my nose. 2019, 2020, but things changed and I realized I was programmed to equate Eurocentric features. My goddess guy today. Does chewing gum work? I could see that working. I wanted everything and that's what I got. I will be doing facial kegels the rest of the video. Invest in a good dermatologist. I accepted it or drank a lot of water. I invested and embraced. I invested, accepted, and embraced my natural features because cis women have the same features, and and white women could spend millions to have your features. You better say that. I hope every nobody looking in the car, mm, chipmunk cheeks, puppeteer features. Oh my, rest in paradise, cookie tookie. Even clear skin is so attractive. IMO. I see pretty girls, but up close, it's giving Soldier Boy. Tell it. Oh, not Crunch Bar, not Nestle Crunch. Ambiguous tea. Mmm. The trans woman that had facial film and wants to put other girls down. Features need to remember that once you was a brick. And most of the time, it's not girls who have always been pussy who are the gatekeepers. It's girls who couldn't wait to be a gatekeeper. Girls who started off as bricks. Sometimes it's girls who just always have been cunty. But for the most part, it's the girls who want they turn it bad. People who humble, people who humble brag about what they are most insecure. Wait, people who humble brag about what they are most insecure and desperate people. Wait a minute, hold on. I think I'm reading that wrong, girl. People who humble, or people who are not humble, brag about what they have are the most insecure people. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you just didn't say not. Yeah, brag about what they have the most insecure and are the most desperate. Yeah, are the most desperate and secure people. Girl, that sound like somebody. I ain't gonna say their name, girl. Say my name, say my name. I ain't gonna do it. A lot of girls seek approval and actually get facial film, not for them, but for the butch queens. Oh my goodness. All aboriginal features matter. You better go ahead, baby hands. They be having the whole hips and low body too. Ooh, they be having the wide hips and low body too. taco meat facial hair. Vegan taco meat facial hair. Oh my goodness. Mmm. I'm done. Beyond me. Beyond me. Damn Lego head. I Lego head. I mean it is mean work. Y'all is cutting up in this comment section. Film Queen Realness Competition. Dave Chappelle made a joke about post-op girls. He said they have Beyond Burger pussy. Girl, Dave Chappelle, I don't even get mad at him. Like, the girls act like they couldn't stand Dave Chappelle. But, girl, he's funny to me. I'm sorry. Dave loved the girls. Probably be having the girls. Because, he with an Asian girl. So, they probably be having threesomes and everything. And the gag is Dave Chappelle was digging in that Beyond Me. Oh, here you go. Digging in that Beyond Burger pussy. Maybe Dave Chappelle can have some of this pussy. Dave, Dave Chappelle, Dave Chappelle, you want some of this Beyond Burger pussy? Dave, you want some of this Beyond Burger pussy? Put me on the stage with you, Dave. Dave, Dave Chappelle, Dave, Dave, David, 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 David Chappelle. Would you like some of my Beyond Burger pussy? He's definitely a client with the way he smokes cigarettes. Girl, Dave Chappelle could get this pussy, baby. He want the impossible whopper. Exactly, baby. He gonna get this impossible whopper, baby. He could get this impossible whopper, baby. Come on, baby. Dave. He is brilliant, honey. I don't give a fuck what y'all say about him. You could get this impossible whopper, baby. Dave Chappelle. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave Chappelle. You want some of my impossible whopper? You want some of this beyond me? It's beyond me to deny you. Would you like some of this beyond me, Dave Chappelle? It's beyond me to deny you. It's beyond me. It's beyond me, bitch, to deny you. Okay, with some extra juicy tomatoes. Period. Make sure the mayo is present. Right. We need you for the mayo. Come on and put some mayo on this burger. We don't want it to be dry. I'm gonna need you to contribute the mayo, the sauce. Come give me the sauce. Put some sauce in this bag. Put some sauce in this bag. I don't want it to be hot though. Bitch, don't be giving me no burning, bitch. I don't want no hot sausage in this bag. I don't want no hot sauce in this bag. Sesame seed bun. If nobody was looking too hard, I would go in the boys. I would go in the boys' room straight to the handicap stall to pop my squat. I have a peanut head. Oh, you got a little small head, girl. I was self conscious in the beginning of my transition. My trans mom was on my ass in my transition. She was a Leo. I assumed if you ask my gender, that's what that you're down to fuck. Why you want to know so bad? Right, Zaya. People be strange. They start creating the sexual fantasies in their head. It's gross when they ask when you're underage, though. Child, they love them young, impressionable. Yeah, because you know the young girls be ready to, and the young girls are playing your face. The young girls be playing in your face like, and this is no tea, no shade to some of my younger sisters on the live. Some of y'all might feel like I'm trying it, but girl, I said what I said, girl. I ain't being shady. I was a younger girl, and I know what younger girls give. Girl, when you young, they call it young, dumb, and full of cum. Like Miss Thing said on Poetic Justice, these young girls don't know they coochie from a hole in the wall. The young girls be trying to air you talking about, girl, you old, girl, your body saggy, girl, your body lumpy, girl. Live to get a old, lumpy, saggy body. That's what you do. Live to be a girl. Live to have an old, lumpy, saggy body. That's what you do. Live to have a misshapen body, bitch. Live that long, bitch. Grow, mature, evolve, get wisdom. Let that third eye open, boo kitty boo. Cause right now, all you offering is, bitch, you like Arby's. Where's the meat, bitch? What you offering is young flesh. And girl, you out here willing, a lot of the young girls, be out here willing to do it all. Be out here ready to risk it all. I give my all to have just one more night with you. I'd risk my life to feel your body next to mine, 'cause I can't go on living in the memory of your charm. I give my all for your love tonight. Yeah, some of you girls be out here giving your all. Girls be waking up in the middle of the night. I'm available. Girls be ready to do anything and everything. You girls be willing to do anything and everything. Don't you know love is love without a limit? Don't look no more. Mary J. Blige made that song when she was young. Mariah Carey made that song. The song that I was singing about Mariah Carey, she made it when she was young. I give my all. You don't hear Mariah talking like that now. You don't hear Mary J talking about, don't you know love is love without a limit. Don't look no more. Every day I'm loving you. You don't hear Mary talking like that. See, when you get your grown on, which is just certain things you just not gonna do. These young girls out here be trying to wear you out, be trying to read you, be trying to give it to you. Cause girl, you young girl, and girl, they choosing you because they know, bitch, you gonna do the shit that I'm not about to do. Cause bitch, you trying to prove a point. You in that age where you trying to prove a point. And bitch, I'm very much in the phase of find somebody else to do it. I'm not doing that. Bitch, I don't give a fuck how much money you giving me, bitch. I'm not doing that, bitch. I might lie and tell you I'ma do it if the coin is lovely and work you in another way. But no, bitch, I'm trying to talk you at it. Bitch, I'm not doing all that. Bitch, I'm not swinging from no chandeliers and bitch doing no toe touches and bitch gouching and trying to throw up and gag. Bitch, I'm not doing all that. No. I leave that to you young girls. Go ahead, baby. You 21, you 22, you 23. You got that fat. You got that, mom. Work, work, mom. All right, mom, you a beast. I'm not doing all that for no nigga. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Baby, if you can't appreciate the seasoning, then you don't need to see me this evening. If the fact that it's got some good seasoning ain't enough, you don't need to see me this evening. You better respect the fact that I'm still here walking this earth. That you can be in my aura. That you can be in on my frequency, that I'm willing to submit and be vulnerable and make space for you. Girl, that's it. My submission, my vulnerability, me making space for you, that's the gift. Back bends and toe touches and back flips and choking myself to death, and you pulling on my hair and choking me. Oh, we're not doing all that. You smacking on my ass hard and shit. No, we're not doing all that, Bookie. Go find you a porn star. I almost said her name again. Go find you somebody eager to prove a point. It's not gonna happen here though, fat. Not gonna happen here. As long as they get on, long as they get a pat on the head by massa, they all good. Facts, Gemini gang. Come on now, Gemini gang. Gemini gang gang. Okay, so you a Pisces, Zanya? They don't wanna sow a seed. Exactly. Right, motherfuckers want resources but not support. Balance and reciprocate. Exactly. They like when motherfuckers say fitting to pay you back when they get them tax returns and never see them again. But tokens always the tokens always end up get they always karma don't never miss. It always gonna find its way back. That's why I be trying to like do people right. Like if I felt like I've messed over somebody or I've done somebody wrong, I always try to make it upon myself to right that wrong and balance it out, by humbling myself in some way, shape, form, or fashion with that person. A man, a woman. But if you just, you fucked over people and you ain't even have no conscience about it, or you did something to somebody you ain't even have no conscience about it, then you get what you get. You have to do the inner work. You have to do the inner work to pave your own place, to pave your own lane out the matrix. Ashe, Jesus sat with whom society considered the bottom, but nobody wanted to follow that. That's why they distorted the message. Christianity was never called Christianity. When Jesus walked the earth, it was called the way. That's why he said the way, the truth, and the light. What his practice was called was the way. That's why in my book, I say the path a lot. Other girls who were on the path. I use the word trans one time in the book purposely. Like I literally use the word trans one time. You can change the thumbnail later. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. This live was beautiful. I love your accessories, mother. Yeah, my sister just gave me this necklace and these earrings. Giving Mark Jacobs Daisy Perfume Couture. Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, really? Really? Oh, yeah. Let me stop. I love you, Miss Kaneen Pooh. I love you too, Anandia. I love this part of the live. A 100. Child, I started reading the comments. Clock it. Was clowning women, well educated, but despised cis women, and resting comfortably in the punkyarchy. You better say that. King, Queen, Kaneen, God, Goddess, Laylim, Layler. Okay, we butchered that. We butchered that Laylim, Layler in 2020. You butchered that, Layler. You lay lurd, leheed, leshi. You left out the lay lim. But I like the lahi, the lashi. I get it. The lahi, the lashi. We gonna do the la them next time. But don't forget the lay limb in front of the lay lur. Purple ones rise, we're whole, a man and woman. But that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love that. Um okay, bitterness is not a good lurk. These fools. Okay, now you did it again. Okay, good. Yeah, king, queen, Kaneen, god, goddess. Okay, Laylim is with the I. Uh, is with the I. Laylim is with the I. Layler, you spelled that right. Lahi, Lashi. Okay, yes, I'm liking this Lahi, Lashi. I'm living for that. Whole ones, purple ones, brother, sister, brister. You better be on it. I am my mother and my father. Amen. A woman. You better be on it. You better give us language. Soldier Boy told him. Not Soldier Boy told him in the mug. I feel like you could pull a Mary J. Blige curly, messy bun. Ooh, it's giving sexy librarian. Okay, come on. I was trying to channel something. I ain't quite know what it was. I'm getting hungry too, right? Dave Chappelle and Wayne Brady skits, but driving around looking for the girls. The 90s Dave can get it, but now Dave look like a dried up punk. Oh no, Dave could still get it in him. I bring that life back to him. I bring it back to life. He smoke a lot of cigarettes. We need to get him off them cigarettes. We need to get Dave off them cigarettes. I give him something to smoke. Smoke this pussy. Smoke this Beyond Burger. Smoke this Beyond Burger, bitch. I give you something to sheckle with. Stuck on this Beyond Burger, me, bitch. I like the clone, Dave. Girl, y'all is messy. Don't do that to Dave. Two Spirit Gang. Period. Period. Whole ass, rise. Lay them, lay her. Brister. Mada. Dama. Fama. Dama. Brister. Lem, lele. Lelem, lele. Lelem, lele. Lelem, lele. Yeah, what's up? What's up? Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Yay. Lelem, lele nation. Purple ones. Gray ones. Pop my shit. 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 Live that long, young bitch. Exactly. Live that long. You better say that 100% pure love. Live that long, bitch. Young and eager to please. You better say that shit. They go to war for contaminated dick. Girl, and all of them dicks be contaminated. Ooh, ask me how I know, bitch. Ooh, bitch. Girl, bitch. Bitch. They put this body through the ringers, bitch. When I was young and dumb and trying to get full of cum, honey. That's why I speak from experience, bitch. Experience is a good teacher. Take someone like me to know. Some call it love. I know I skipped over a line. Never had a chance to grow. A closed sign on my door. I had to tear it down. A new world of happiness. Turn me completely around. I'm in love. Doo-doo. Someone very special came into my life can taking this place, can fill my empty space. I love that song. That baby said, experience is a good teacher. Take someone like me to know. Bitch, I've been through it, baby. Nigga be trying to lie to me. Wasn't my car you saw? Baby this, baby that. But your lies ain't working now. Look who's hurting now. See, I had to shut you down. I had to shut you down. See, I heard it all before. Baby this, baby that. Bitch, nobody want to hear that shit. Getting finessed out their nut and coins by old head chasers. My God is God today. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Do anything for the stray punks. Imagine having a whole trick for free because you're young and dumb. My God is God today. Because if he's a trick, you supposed to trick him. Did you hear what I said? If he's a trick, you supposed to trick him. If he's a trick, you owe it to trick him. Sis, do you hear me? If he's a trick, you supposed to trick him. Got a trick and ain't tricking him. What you doing? Supposed to make a trick trick. Maybe you got to let him live out his purpose. I've definitely been there before. Wet ass and a dry, I'm going to add a word, a dry, empty purse. Pussy, pussy wet and full. Purse dry and empty. Pussy wet and full of calm. Purse dry and empty. You can't say and empty. You have to say and. Purse dry and empty. Dry and empty. Booty wet and full of calm. Purse dry and empty. And haiku to young dumb bitches. My ass was wet and full of cum. My purse, it was dry and empty. Thank you. Thank you very much. A damn shame. I told my high school crush. He was in college. He was in college by then. I was like, let me see if you set our relationship on Facebook. I'll give you my. Wait, he was in college then. I was like, if you set our relationship on Facebook, I'll give you my virginity. And he ain't say nothing. So I walked home. It was way too many sex demons running rampant, jumping from punk to punk. D. Williams, Thinkstress. Great morning, Kaneen. I hate Denise Williams. Is that the Thinkstress? Niggas be niggas don't even last a millisecond. All right, do you hate that? Like before I had bottom surgery, I used to douche and it'll take me forever. And child, get up in there and this nigga nut faster than it took me to douche. Oh, that used to drive me. You don't have to. Gang, gang, gang. Gang, gang. Find my shit, find my shit. Lay lim, lay la, lay la, lay lim, lay lim, lay la, lay la, lay lim. We both live on side her and him. Lay lim, lay la, lay la, lay lim, lay lim, lay la. Let me stop. Y'all gonna have me on this line forever, chat. It's already 2:09, bitch. I remember being in the clinic with this young queen, clocked me, and was really trying to sell it. She called some dude on the speakerphone and he was talking to her like she was stupid. Flex gone wrong. Oh my goodness. Hi, Zaina. I love this show. Thank you. Yes, Mark Jacobs Daisies. I'm screaming pure love. The gag gone wrong on her end, right? Because she was trying to stunt and then he embarrassed her. Clones ain't fine. He got a little stomach, but I can still work with him. He got that Jim Roach body. Oh, y'all don't do that to him. You know I'm gonna take some of them clips from when I was talking about him and put it on my TikTok. Let him know I want that. Let him know that this Beyond Burger pussy is available. Uh, thank you. I will be the side piece to the Asian lady, or I can be the third. Dave, you got enough money to go and get me cured, so I don't have to take these pesky meds. Throw some money at it. Take me to a private island and get me cured. I won't tell nobody you cured me. I'm gonna keep it a secret, Dave. I'm not gonna tell nobody. I'm not even gonna tell them we haven't. Take me to an island and get everything cured, Dave. Cause you got that money. Yeah, you got that money, 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 money. Boy, you got that money, 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 money. Captain Planet could get it. I want some tall ass Mary J. Boots. Dave ain't a trick. He a truck. Yes, baby. The purse said, did you say full of comb? Yeah, honey. The booty was wetteth. Thy purse wetteth dry. Thy booty, thy booty was wetteth. Thy purse, thy purse was dry. Thy booty, thy booty was wetteth. Wetteth thou it was. But thy purse was driest. That it driest. Thy purse was. Thy purse was dry. It was dry. Oh, it was dry. Oh, what a world. The purse was dry. It was. It was dry. I'm not about to play with y'all. That lady said that booty was wetted. Girl. Oh, wait. Okay. 9 likes, 9 people. Come on, yeah, another thumbs up. We need another thumbs up. Somebody give another thumbs up. Who came in and support the channel and forgot to click the thumbs up button? This your opportunity now. Let's bring up that number. Nah, not you gonna be the side noodle. Show would be the side noodle, honey. His personal assistant, baby. Yes, I would. Booty, wet wipes. Amy, you owe me. You came in at the damn end of the live, girl. Cause girl, I had already lit the candle, girl, and I made it to the end of the comments, girl. Okay, we got another thumbs up. That's good. One more thumbs up, and a day keeps the dry purse away. Okay, okay. If we get one more thumbs up, then that'll match the number. That'll make it even. It'll be 10-10. Oh well, it's 9-9 now. Let me screenshot that before it changed. So this was a good live. I really enjoyed y'all. I don't want to throw my day off because I still got to. So I found a grant. That's a personal grant for clown work. Y'all know I do clown work from time to time. I'm a part of a circus. So y'all know I do my white face when I be, like critiquing white supremacy and patriarchy. So every now and then you see the character Priscilla Privilege. I also have a couple of white male characters. And I also have Auntie Clown Ratchet. So these are some characters that I want to develop this year. I think I'm going to be a part of circus this year. So I'm working on grants, and I started working on it yesterday. It's not for a lot of money though. It's just like $1,000. But you could apply for it a lot of different times. And so I'm gonna apply for it and see if I get it. I started working on it the day before yesterday, and I did a little bit yesterday, and I'm gonna work on it a little bit today at some point. I have until 15th to finish it, so I just kind of been pacing myself on it because I don't want to rush it, and I also don't want to feel consumed by the grant writing process. And then I'm helping with the puppies because my sister is breeding Rottweilers, and this is the last set that she's gonna breed, and both of the babies have had puppies. So one baby one of the mamas gave birth to like 11 puppies, and the other mama gave birth to I think 8 puppies. Well, the first litter was actually like 15, but some of them didn't make it, and the second litter was, I think it was like 13. Yeah, no, 15, and I think like 4 of them didn't make it, and then the other gave birth to like 11, and I think like 3 of them didn't make it, so a lot of them didn't make it, but it's still like 18 puppies altogether. And so I'm helping with the puppies. They Rottweilers, so they always shitting and pissing. So yeah, I've been helping with them, so that's a full-time job. But I'm happy to help. And my sister has always been good to me. Like I'm so grateful for everything that she's done for me and how she showed up for me. I just appreciate the support, and I'm happy to be able to help her. That's how a tribe is supposed to work. Like we supposed to look out for each other. We supposed to help each other. That's how a village is supposed to work. That's how community is supposed to work. And so I'm happy to be in a position that I can show up for her and help her, during this time. And this is the last time she's gonna breed them. I'm actually kind of sad because I want one of the dogs, but I really honestly don't have capacity. I travel a lot, and my apartment is not big enough for one. I know she would give me one if I really wanted one, but I'm not gonna do that to the animal. I feel like the animal deserves more space. If I didn't live in New York, if I was in Louisiana, I would definitely take one, a Rottweiler. They're amazing protective animals. They big and they friendly. They come. They mama good. The daddy is good. They're not from a dangerous breed, but they are protective. The animals are protective. Like if they don't really know you, um, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I think that my dream, like I really wanna I want the Corso, the Concorso, like that's the one I want, but uh yeah, yeah. Yeah, but like just the idea of, the Rockwallers, they are so beautiful, and like caring for them, and you can't help but bond with them a little bit. Yesterday, I've been trying not to pick none of them up, but one of them yesterday was just being nosy and ran up to my hand, and I picked it up, and I was like, oh, like I connected with it. And Chael, it just touched my heart. So, I help with the puppies, help with the moms, help with the dads, and that's like really, what my main work is now. Working on my grants, working on my YouTube platform, and helping with the puppies. And I am getting ready to go to New Orleans next week because I'm supposed to be a part of a show. We're gonna see how that goes because like promotion has not really been happening with the show. Um, it just haven't really felt like it was together. But this is not a gay show or LGBT show. So I've been trying to position myself to um be an artist in community outside of the LGBT community because I'm not ashamed of being known in the LGBT community. I'm not ashamed of being respected in the LGBT community, but I feel, being whole, it is our duty, as whole ones to be the bridge and to maneuver through all of the spaces, not just be, some of us, we ascend to become LGBT royalty. We ascend to be LGBT, we ascend to be LGBT, and that's it. Our whole legacy is LGBT, and that's not who I want to be in. So this year I'm going to be doing sets in comic clubs that don't censor LGBT people. I think it's very important to start, like I said, using my privilege, using my passing ability to educate and enlighten and uplift and expand consciousness and awareness. And so I have to put myself in spaces and places where that can happen. That can't just happen if I'm always in gay clubs, if I'm always in LGBT spaces. This is the year, this is the time. During this administration is not the time to hide. It's the time to really, really show what you've learned and how you've grown, to show your power, to show your authority, to show how you can move in those spaces that are kind of ignorant, those spaces that are kind of uninformed, and you could use your passing privilege or your privilege, because privilege is not always about being extremely passable. It's about how you show up as a human being. It's about how you rock your wholeness. It's about how you walk in that. It's about how you maneuver in that. And so when you're accessing these spaces, how you show up in those spaces. So yeah, so I'm gonna be present for the show. If it doesn't happen, it's not gonna be my fault. I've been helping to promote it. I've been communicating with the people who are over it, but a lot of things just have seemed kind of, so, we'll talk more about it after the show happens because I'm not going to drag it right now. I'm not going to speak over it right now. But but we going to see. We'll talk about it afterwards. I ain't got too many words for it now. Um I don't know if the whole thing is going to be filmed, but I will make sure that someone can film what I'm doing. Like I'll make sure that my portion is filmed so y'all will get to see me on stage. I don't know if I'm gonna get everything filmed, but I definitely make sure someone is present to film what I'm doing. Bunnies, dogs, and cats. Oh, this is too cute. Such a kind individual person shouldn't be. Such a kind individual person shouldn't be working with mean dogs. Oh no, they're not mean. I didn't know the chat was commenting was available. At first, the chat was commenting available. At first, the chat was still live and thought it had ended until I tried and thought it was say event ended. Yeah, well, this is another live because I had to go live again because the first live was acting crazy. Purse blown out, girl. I think I'm learning though when you come on to catch you more now. like 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. around my way. Yeah, because if I do lives, I'm typically gonna do it in the morning or the evening. I don't really do lives in the middle of the day. Yeah, if I'm gonna do one, I'm probably gonna do it later in the evening. I'm on Eastern time, so I probably will do it. After 7, or I'm gonna do it. Around 9 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, after things are done. I tend to do them early, or I tend to do it after when I'm getting ready to wind down. When I'm winding up, or when I'm winding down. Mother, would you get a cat? I'm gonna take the cats because she's giving her cats away. So it's two of them. I'm gonna give she have two cats. I'm gonna take them. I love me and Socks really get along, but I don't want to separate them from each other, so I'm gonna take both of them. Bunny will be all over the house. Yeah, I'm gonna do the cats because I could travel with the cats. Like I wouldn't be able to be gone that long, and if I'm gone for longer than a week, then I would get my big sister Lynn to watch them because Lynn love cats. So Lynn will be the one that will be caring for the cats when I get ready to go out of town. But I'm not planning to be going really far. Like, if I go anywhere, it'll probably be here, to Georgia, and I would get like a little carry case and bring them with me, and take the train, um, or I would not try not to be gone longer than a week. But I'm gonna make sure. Then I got my daughter up there too now, and she's a cat person too, so I can get her to watch the cats as well. So they'll have places to go when I travel. But I'm not really trying to be doing like buku traveling this year and really not long extended traveling periods. We're gonna see how long New York gonna work. Cause really honestly, it's like a 2-year plan for me. I don't know if I want to stay up there forever. I do know that I wanted to do another 2 years, but I really ultimately want to be in Louisiana because I want something bigger, and I like that country. I like the country feel. I don't want to live in New York forever. That was never the goal. But New York is just right now to South Carolina. Suitcase cats. Yeah, I think on the train you do go through South Carolina. I think you do pass through there on the train. But I'm gonna be in California in May. I'm coming out to California for a couple of days in May because I'm coming to a conference out there. I'm coming to the Transgender Health Conference in May. So I'm gonna get a chance to go to Cali. I forgot what part of Cali it is, but I'm going to the Transgender Health Conference, so I'm excited to see what that's gonna be given because we're gonna get a lot of tea on how we're navigating under the Trump administration. So them having that conference, that means that they had already got the funding and it was secure. So I'm really excited to see what's gonna go on at that conference this year. Yeah, but yeah, let me get ready to get off this live because, child, it's time to eat. So when I get ready to go to child, I may come and visit South Carolina because they got a beach out there. Yeah, I might come visit South Carolina in the summer. Yeah, because they got a beach in South Carolina, and I love beaches. I love a good beach. But yeah, okay, so let's get ready to do. Yes, I love a good beach. So I will have to definitely look at the beaches and look at the pricing. Because I know I'm gonna be in Virginia for my birthday, and Virginia is not far from South Carolina. but I may visit. I definitely could see myself visiting South Carolina this summer for a couple of days. For a couple of days because I could jump right on the train and head right back up to NYC, head right back up to New York. It's a jump, skip, and a hop. It's on a train line. You know, I'm a traveling girl. And now that I have my cats, girl, I damn girl do a good little 3 or 4 days in South Carolina, give me a little beach in the summer. Yes, I mean. Well, child, let me get ready to do our closing. Down but down that I say Kuiki spinning and turning in Gani Yanko Kalukalo, which means I'm a child of God Goddess. If I am, you know you are. Bound and round, both circle and square. We too speak life, so operations beware, sending healing to those in despair. Il by Bosawa, which means we come in peace, no harm to any, lay lim, lay lur. This candle represents the past, the present, and the future, the ancestors who are here, the ancestors who have come, and the ancestors who will come. As I blow out this candle on the physical plane, it prepares the ancestors in the spiritual plane, giving them power where they return that power to us, preparing us for times that are now. So remember what I always say, you don't have to be filthy rich to stand on business. I want to thank all of the major contributors to the conversation. Anandia, Zanya, Yumi, and of course, the fabulous Sagittarius, 100% pure love. Well, yes, who will give you 100% pure edges gathered if you do too fucking much. I want to give a thanks to Denise, who I also saw on the live, everyone who supported the live by clicking thumbs up. We appreciate you for being bold enough and committed enough to help us to move through the algorithm. But we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep on vibrating until we break the wall, honey, because baby, you're not about to stop us. Baby, we're committed, honey. The work continues. The work continues. The work continues. We continue to build this tribe, honey. We're here, honey. We're here, honey. Wholeness, wholeness. Leilem Leila, the mother, the father. As above, so below, as within, so without. And that's on period. That's on period. I love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day. Take care of yourself. Thank you for the purple and the great hearts. Have a beautiful day. Remember to take care of yourselves. Breathe. And remember to do that work of aligning that chakra alignment, honey. Take care of them chakras. Do your stretches. Get that negative energy off you. Don't let that political energy, that church religious energy, that halfling energy. Don't let that sit on you, honey. Do your little clearings and keep that off of you. I didn't do any work last night for the full moon, but y'all, I live in ritual. My life is a ritual, honey. I'm doing work when I ain't even doing work. I'm doing work in my sleep. Okay? Down with the ponkiarchy. Down with the ponkiarchy. Down with the ponkiarchy. And up with wholeness. Up with Lalem Laler Nation. A man, a woman. It's our season. It's time for the sun to shine on us, honey. Okay? They say the first shall be last and the last shall be first. But if you fall in the middle, it's your season. So work. I love y'all later.